So let's say I have the choice. I want to invest in a franchise. Well, I have the possibility to invest in a franchise. I have the possibility to start from scratch, something from scratch.
Yep.
I am sure you will recommend to go and invest in a franchise, but then I want to know why.
Great question. So if you want to get to cash flow profitability quickly, franchise. If you want to build a business that doesn't require you to be in the business all the time, definitely go franchise. If you want to
Mm,
have a business that scales into one location, two, three, four, five locations, definitely go franchise. If you're the type of person that it's really important that the website is just right and you get to design things and you like the creative journey of putting your thumbprint on all aspects of the business, don't do a franchise. Be the entrepreneur, right?
mm.
So one of the things that I heard you say is entrepreneurship is all or nothing, right? Or something similar to that. You're either built like an entrepreneur or you're not.
Yeah,
And
it's a
and I
calling. That's
totally
what I said. Yeah.
yeah, and there's nothing in between. So I totally agree with you, but I think that what's in between that, so this is how I would phrase it as it relates to franchising. People and I've been doing franchise consulting for over 10 years, right? So what I've learned is people are either employees, which
Hmm.
really means they just don't have the risk tolerance to take the step, right? Or they are entrepreneurs. They have a lot of risk tolerance, but they also don't appreciate the structure that a franchise brings to the table. A franchisee is in between, right? And a franchisee is in between an employee and a corporate executive. They understand and appreciate the structure, but they no longer want or need somebody. They don't want to ask for permission anymore. They don't need anybody to tell them what to do. They understand P&L responsibility. They understand how to build and manage teams. But they do appreciate the structure that the franchise brings, and they just want to execute. The entrepreneur wants to create.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between franchise and entrepreneur. If you have the need to create, you're going to be frustrated as a franchisee. And I tell people, don't do it. Don't become a
Mm.
franchise. So my role as a consultant is not to create as many franchise owners as I can. It's to educate people, to educate buyers. And most of the time, I'm actually working with people that are looking at buying an existing business or starting a franchise from scratch, because the folks that I'm working with are typically, exiting corporate America, want to exit corporate America, et cetera, or the corporate job. We've got a global audience here. So I think that's really the difference is that creative thumbprint that the entrepreneur, that's what drives the entrepreneur and keeps them interested, right? Because entrepreneurs are bright shiny object, and I call it squirrel. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great idea. Let's go try that, right? A franchisee doesn't want to try that. They just want to understand what the data is and what a really good decision is, and they want to do that. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
no, it
that
does. It does. And to be fair with you, and I'm really glad that you are quoting me. To be fair with you, I have talked to franchisors, so people, entrepreneurs who set up franchise model and
yeah?
sell to others, but I've never talked to franchise owners.
Excellent.
So you got a point.
Yeah, well, and I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs that want to franchise their concept, right? Hey, you're a
Right,
franchise
yeah.
expert. How do I do it? The very first thing that I say, I ask two main questions. What's the reason that you want to franchise?
Mm,
And if for me, this is a values and sort of integrity question, because I've learned some people franchise because they want to maximize other people's capital and they want scale, but they don't want to do it. I
mm,
think that is a bad reason to want to be a franchisor. Other people want they want scale and they want to create business owners. They want to change people's lives. They want to share a really excellent, profitable business model with other people. And they want to create consistent, predictable revenue for themselves in this
mm,
royalty stream. Those are all the right reasons to be a franchisor, right? The second thing that I want them to understand is your operating business, whatever the business is that you want to franchise, is a completely separate business than the franchise business. Selling franchises is a complete selling and supporting franchisees, completely separate business. So are you prepared to build a completely business next to it? Because it doesn't, for most entrepreneurs, it seems like just like another project, and it's not. It is a 10-year build a business from scratch as a franchisor. And so I've seen it multiple times and helped a lot of brands build. It's super fun. It's a total blast watching the success of all these people coming together.